Coming up next, we have the Wandsworth Sunday Roast. So stick around for that.
Join Elliot, Stewart and his special guest. Be there with your ears. Okay, now, wow, I am very excited. So excited, I can't actually hide it. Sunday.
Yes, I am incredibly excited. I'm on edge. I'm on a seat. I'm here in your ears. And no better than any of us to know what we're doing today. But we know that it's a bank holiday. Yay! Well, oh, and hang on. There's a strange. Who are you?
Hey.
What are you doing here?
No, I'm just hanging around.
Well, stop eating those jelly babies. Come here. Who are you?
Just hanging out outside.
Yeah, I know you've still yet to answer the question of who you are.
He just asked me to come in, so just came in. Just.
I thought you were just. I thought you worked here.
No.
Okay, well, we've got a stranger here. As soon as we get some security in this place, we'll have to chuck you out, because I'm expecting Duhring Battalion.
Battalion, yeah.
Yeah, he's quite a talented chap, he tells me. And, he's got a show on Mondays.
Duhring Battalion show.
That's it? How did you know? Wait a minute. Take that mask off. Hold on a second. Take that... I can't get this... There's a rubber mask on this guy. Peel it off. It's you! You master of disguise.
Hey.
Perfect face for radio you were wearing there.
Hey.
Well, this is amazing. I mean, is it just you and me here tonight?
Looks
this
like
afternoon?
it. Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it?
It does look like a lot of things,
That's what's looking like in the room, because there's no one else there, so it's looking like it's me and you.
Together at last.
Because
Because you're responsible for me being on the airwaves.
On the airwaves.
So if it all goes wrong today, and wrong in the past, and we get rescheduled, it's your fault.
It's my fault.
I blame you for everything.
I born this creature.
Now, the most important
Frankenstein's.
thing... Pardon? Frankenstein's to you too.
Yep.
The most important thing about that is that I am not green. I don't have things sticking out of my neck. Oh, I do. Hang on. I'm just going to look at my neck while you guys get amused by this piece of music. We hope.
Frankenstein's.
Oh, right.
Look.
I can see.
Frankenstein's.
Gentlemen, boys and girls, just in case you couldn't hear that important announcement over the bleachers. We're not over the bleachers. They're an amazing group, I hear. Could we just get that lady, wheel her in? Come on, bring her towards a microphone here, because you can wait. Closer, madam, closer. There you go, look at this. It's not what we plan to do at all. Seriously, can you not control these women on this station?
Oh dear, well look,
hello. Could you repeat yourself now, please?
Right. Okay, Elliot, such a comedian. He's such a comedian.
Am I? It's not obvious.
Right, I'm Julia Bright. Not so bright today, as I'm Dave, as I missed my slot, which was supposed to be at 1 o'clock, and I thought it was 2 o'clock to 3. I've never done Classical Wandsworth on a Sunday before, so I'm very lucky because I've been given a slot at 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock instead of the World Beat Academy. Their hearts are beating somewhere else today, and it'll be me with lots of opera, mostly opera, at 4 o'clock. So please tune in.
It's fantastic.
Thank you.
Right, is she gone now?
She's
still here. I wish you wouldn't bring your groupies in, Auntie. It's not that kind of. It's a family show. Where's he gone?
I think it's a fantastic show.
It is a fantastic show.
Absolutely fantastic.
I keep calling it Access All Arias, and I want to call it that. If that hasn't been nabbed already as the name of an opera show, it's quite cliched. I know nothing about operas apart from when the large lady sings, it's time to stop, isn't it?
I'm a big fan. Can I just say this now?
Yeah, go on.
I'm a huge fan of opera, and I used to watch her show every afternoon,
Auntie.
and with Dr. Phil and everything like that, and everything that you learn is from opera. If you think about it, most of the
I don't think that's what her show's about.
Now,
Between
Auntie, she is again.
I know she's still here. Put some clothes on, woman, for goodness sake. She's like.
No, Dave, I don't. Look, I've got the studio book here.
She's still there.
I've got to get onto Wi-Fi, and I've got to look up all these.
This is all going out live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
BT Hub. I'm hoping with
I hope you're paying attention. There you go.
Technology.
Right.
I'm going to go out now.
She's going now.
Say goodbye.
Look at that.
I'm going to leave you and listen to your show in the other
Right.
She's going in the other
when are we going to start?
Give her a round of applause, everybody. Isn't that fantastic?
There you go. That's amazing.
Absolutely fantastic.
One of the best
live.
new comedy characters out there at the moment. She seems so real. This is what gets me about it. Anyway,
She seems real, yeah.
Now, what I was going to say is today is an exclusive for radio and the human race, is that we are going to have P in the Wandle, which is the world's only, as far as I know, sitcom based in Wandsworth. I don't know whether that's true or not. I think maybe there was Outnumbered. Wasn't that filmed around here? I've researched it, so I don't know later on. But we were having
Stenders. Where was Stenders filmed?
Is that funny? Stenders?
Stenders.
Why are you leaving the out of it?
Where was Stenders filmed?
Not EastEnders.
No, Stenders.
It's not Stenders. Why are you calling it Stenders? Do you watch Nation Street as well? And Uckside?
Stenders was
and Away.
It's filmed sort of like around somewhere, isn't it?
In miserable scope. So it's not a happy time. I'm just saying, please dissociate all those soap operas with P and the Wandle, which is a new and exciting sitcom written by Barry Game, who is a fictional writer, and he's going to be coming in and talking about that before we expose the first episode. So have you definitely got control of this woman now?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's in the other room.
Yeah.
She's going to get everything sorted out, and
Lock
she's
the
going to
door.
have an absolutely fantastic, really ding-dong-danging opera show after the Wandsworth roast potatoes.
Yes, pardon?
Isn't that fantastic? So it's Duhring Battalion here, everyone, and we're going to be doing some interviewing. There's a smashing lad here, and he's a writer, actually. Isn't that fantastic? And he's been doing some writing, and he's written something which we think will be absolutely fantastic. We really do, and he's going to be doing it here. He's a young lad, so
not that young, dear.
He's not that young.
Oh.
He's
sorry about that.
here he is. He's a young lad. His name's Barry Game.
Hello there.
Hello there, Barry. How are you doing, mate?
Button?
How you doing?
Yes.
You doing okay?
I'm doing okay. The stairs. Too many stairs up here, love.
Yeah, that's right.
So I work my way up here, like you do in the business, and I work my way through the door, and there's a studio. And a young, handsome man went past. I thought it was my reflection, but it wasn't. And me, Barry, Bazza here, himself, talking to you. Hello there.
Hey, and you're sitting down here at the moment.
Literally sitting
aren't
down.
You,
Yeah.
Barry, but that's
Yes.
something that you do quite a lot, isn't it? Because when you've been writing, you write when you're sitting down, don't you?
Mostly on the toilet.
You
I have
write
my
on the
best
toilet.
ideas when I'm sitting in the loady kitty, dear. Yes. Was the first question to the second answer.
Now, a lot of your writing, you do lots of plays, and what's your influences there?
I would say John Osborne and the other chap, the Waterhouse, the other guy, that one there. I had nothing to do with them at all.
Yeah.
I don't want to know about them. I don't want them knocking on my door saying let me out. Sometimes I kidnap them. Now I'm saying that I mainly influence myself. I look myself in the mirror and I think that's funny.
Yeah.
I look at my reflection. Who's that? And that's how it works out. So I'm writing something, or I have written something for you today to perform.
Right now.
Yes.
When you're doing your writing,
yes,
where'd you get your inspiration?
You've already asked me that question. I'll answer it again. Where do I get my inspiration from? Repetitive questions. That's what I get them from. I ask myself, but I told you, dear. Honestly, I don't know as a professional.
Okay.
But mainly, I find pencils, dear.
Well, let me
pencils.
Put that in a different.
Put it in a different
way.
language, maybe. So
where? When you're doing your writing.
When I am doing my writing, nobody else. Yes.
What are you writing about?
What am I can say writing with a biro, dear? What am I writing? I write about life and love and loss
love
and all the L words. Mainly my thesaurus, my dictionary is stuck on the L section.
Legs.
Lesbian. Pardon?
Legs.
Legs. Oh, legs 11. Yeah, I used to be a bit big go, but then I found myself a new house. Almost a joke that was.
So
hello.
Bingo is something which I've grown up with, and a lot of people have grown up with. Is it something that features in some of your writing?
Well, in so many words, no. Nothing to do with it at all. The O at the end of bingo, yes. The N at the beginning of in bingo, yes. But it's got a B and an I and a G. So the answer to your question is, what was the question again? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yes.
So but there is a lot of drama. Is that right to say? Because I think somebody said it.
Light and shade.
Yeah.
It's a shop that my brother owns. Light and shade. You want to buy some shades? It's light. Perfect.
Would you say though that now at the moment we've got these programs like Stenders where there's a lot of shouting going on, there's a lot of
too much
shouting.
Why do they need to shout, dear? They've got microphones.
Because,
we can see them.
We can see them.
They don't need to shout, dear. If you're on stage, if you're Brian Brush, bless him. He shouts.
He's a shouter.
Because that's where you go. Yeah. He says Gordon's still alive.
Yes.
That's what he says, And to be honest, I think he is. My brother Gordon owns a shop, Light and Shade.
Yeah,
you go there.
Light and shade.
Yeah, all it needs, all your shade and your light needs.
Yeah.
Now, I think I'm meant to be on here publicising a bit of my work. I've forgotten to do it. What's going on?
We're talking about your writing, and you've been
Yes.
doing a lot of writing
Yes,
lately.
what I do. I'm a writer, dear.
Because
yes.
you are a writer.
I'm
and
official, not a
also
badge.
You've got a play that's going to be on today. Are you
Not so-
excited
not
about
so-
that?
Not so much a play as a
Not so-
sitcom.
Yeah, but it's like a play, isn't it? 'Cause
No.
It's got a...
It's got characters
cast.
in it. It's
got
got
a
words.
cast, and
Yeah, it's on a piece of
got
paper.
characters.
So let's say yes. Yes,
So
it
it's
is a
very
play.
much like a play.
Almost, but not quite. Yes.
And we're going to be doing that today, or we're going to
Eventually.
be seeing that. Now,
Yes.
are you nervous about it? Because
I
you've
wasn't.
been
I am
writing it a
now.
long
You've made me feel
time.
nervous. The professionalism of this radio broadcasting thing.
Yeah. But this is going to be going out soon. So you must have been rehearsing with the characters quite a long time. Has that been stressful?
Well, you don't rehearse with the characters, do you? You rehearse with the actors. Yeah. Have I spent time writing these words down?
Down.
Yes. Have the
Yes.
actors spent time learning them? Let's
Yeah.
hope so.
No.
Will this radio station be broadcasted? The
You know.
first episode of P in the Wandle.
Wandle.
How much have you seen of my wife?
Which
Episode 1.
one?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Can I go now?
You can't go.
Oh.
I say, let's sit back, let's see what happens, and then let's have an episode of this brand new sitcom, Peas in the Wandle.
It's a pleasure. Don't know what the Wi-Fi code is, madam.
No, I've got
We're
it.
trying to introduce the
I know
sitcom.
what
No
it
one's
is.
going to believe this is not made
I've
up.
got it, but what's the configuration access button?
Ah, good. Yes. What?
Now, do you know?
No, I don't. I have no idea.
Do
This
you
is
know
not made up.
it-
This is a real lady we
access
can't control.
configuration
Access.
button.
All
Access,
areas.
not
Arias.
Access.
Honestly.
I'm not.
Sure.
Is
Yeah.
it something to do with
It's something
time travel?
If anybody knows the
There's
answer to this
Wi-Fi.
question or why this woman is here,
Wicked.
please call the
wicked
police and she'll
something.
come and
What does Wi-Fi stand for?
Wi-Fi
Wi-Fi.
is why is
Why?
this woman here? No. Yes.
It's something to do with sci-fi.
It is. I
You-
think
you
it's
can't help
it's
me,
like a wetter version of
Um,
sci-fi.
It's all
I'm
right.
thinking-
I've
Yeah.
emailed Jason and I expect
Right.
he's
She is the
having-
friendliest heckler I've ever had.
having a fine time in Edinburgh
Right.
at the festival.
Do you
Yeah.
know? Do you know where Edinburgh is? Just keep walking.
I've been there
Off you
lots.
go.
Yeah.
She's still here.
Ooh.
Elliot,
Honestly.
listen, you didn't have to actually put the fader up then. I could have
I
answered
did
without
because the
being-
yellow
Yeah.
button was going off. I did. I had no
He's very
choice.
naughty, isn't
We're
he?
going
Yes,
out
he
live,
put
madam.
you on air
Here we are.
deliberately. He does that.
Honestly.
Deliberately to have a go at me.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Right.
Yeah, he does that.
I'll remember
Yeah.
Have you
not
got
to come in
Have you got anything you need to
anymore.
plug while you're here, like a book or got an album coming out?
No, look,
This is the next show.
She's
is
manhandling
the
me.
future.
Control this woman.
This is Sunday.
I know it's
it
not-
must be
I know
very,
it-
very peaceful and
It's not-
helpful.
This is the
I know. If only it was
This is-
peaceful. If only it was just these two people here, but it's not. It's more people.
Cheers.
Anyway, thank you. Yeah, but now, Mrs. Goodness,
She is the future because she's.
I'm worried if she's the
She's
future.
the future
I'm worried
because
about
she's
the
on
past.
at 4 o'clock.
Yes, she is on at 4
That's
o'clock,
the
4 to
future.
5. Yes. Now, as I was trying to say, we're now going to go finally to P in the Wandle, written by Barry Game, who just came by. That was a good interview, wasn't it? I felt. Okay, that noise sums it up, really, doesn't it? So we're now going to have the first episode of P in the Wandle. It's called "How Much Have You Seen of My Wife?" So let's just see how that works out. Any minute now. So just play the. Oh, hello. Hello, darling. Are you there? Darling? Oh. Darling, I just turned this radio off. Hold on a second, darling. Darling? Oh, no, where are I? I can't see where you are at all, darling. I came home from a busy day at work, working where I work, and there's nobody here. That's very strange. Let's have a look round here. Just look outside. Yes. Lovely garden. Now, why was everyone looking at me at work today? Hang on, just check. Got my trousers on. Yes. My shirt on. Is it this tattoo? Let's have a look in the mirror. Oh, goodness. My tattoo. It's on backwards. Heaven knows what people must have thought of me, my tattoo being on backwards. Hang on. Oh, hang on. Here we go. A note. On the kitchen table. It says, on the kitchen table. What's on the kitchen table? Nothing. Certainly not my wife for starters. Or for afters. Or even for dessert. Oh, if she was around here, she'd laugh. We need a laughter track. Maybe we'll have one later. Well, isn't very exciting today, but it is a Sunday, and I work on a Sunday, so does that mean I'm a vicar? Or does that mean I work at the View Cinema in Staines? Not sure. Hang on. Who's that? Auntie! My next door neighbour. Auntie! Hello? Hello, you there?
I'll have a coffee, please. Hey, how you doing, Walter? How's it going? How's everything? How you doing? You're looking great.
My tattoo's on backwards.
Is it?
Well, that's why everyone thought people were looking at me at work.
Well,
oh, pardon me. Sorry.
I think what you've done is you've looked in the mirror. It's reflected it back to you.
Oh, I think that might be right. I feel such a fool. But have you seen my wife? And how much have you seen of my wife?
I saw her yesterday. She was going to the shop. She was talking to Clement, I believe, on the way down. I don't know why.
Clement, I don't want her talking to Clement. Clement's her boyfriend from some years ago, and well, he's a very endowed gentleman. He's got a big nose, I mean.
Well, I didn't know what to do. I was actually going past with my wife. I say,
where's your wife?
My wife is out shopping at the moment.
With my wife, probably.
Most probably, yeah.
Yeah, and they do have those tendencies, don't they? They both play tennis. I don't know what we're going to do. But the thing is, I got this terrible thing. My boss. Yes, sorry about that. Oh, there you go. My boss is coming back here today at 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
And I've got to make a meal for him, but I've got no wife. And you've got no wife, and I've got this tattoo. Oh yeah, you told me it's okay. What are we going to do? I can't.
How are we going to make a meal?
Yes, I mean, look around this kitchen. What do you see? I see
salt.
I see trees of green, red roses too. Oh no, sorry, I'm singing. Yes.
I see lots of spices.
Okay.
Herbs.
Yeah, but any meat?
There's no meat, but there's a little diggy doggy running around outside.
No, we couldn't. Could we?
Well,
how big is that dog? I mean, it's very small. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's the little small dog from next door. What if we fattened it up?
Well, a bit of lamb.
We could do that. Do you think that's a good idea?
Bit of lamb.
Yeah.
And some mint sauce we could make. And, before you know it, you've got yourself a nice Sunday roast.
Yes, almost coincidentally.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I get too many cheap thrills. Oh, he seems a bit sad. I think he knows what you're planning.
Come, Barky.
No. Oh, is it Barky?
It's Barky.
Oh, hello, Barky. Right, so here we are in sitcom land, and we've got no wives, and I'm reiterating the plot. And basically, we've got to make a meal.
Come on, Barky.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What's the plan?
I thought you wanted lamb.
Yeah, well, he doesn't. Well, yeah, but why are you dressing up this dog as a lamb? Don't put fur on him. And well,
come on, boy.
I'm just saying, my wife is going to be. Well, I don't know when she's going to be back. The boss is going to be here at 3 o'clock, and we need to cook something. Whistling at the dog is not helping.
Come on, Barky.
But just dude. Look, he looks nervous. What should we do?
Lie down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Now, this is this pan non-stick.
Well,
come on, Barky. In you go.
Don't put the no. Look, we're not going to cook a dog live on air. I don't even know what noises it's making now. It's getting disturbing now. Get the dog out of the oven. Out of the pan. That's not how that's not what you do. That's not how you cook a dog.
You said you wanted lamb.
I know, but it's not even. That's a dog. You've covered the dog in cotton wool. You're not convincing anybody. My boss is going to be here at 3 o'clock, and we need to cook for him.
Why don't we cook him some lasagna?
Yes.
And
it's all right. We're not going to cook you. Don't worry.
Why don't we cook him some lasagna?
Yes.
And potatoes. No, No, just lasagna. Why
Just-
don't we do lasagna? Do you know
Right.
how to do lasagna?
Yes, you get some pasta and you get some mince and you.
Yeah.
The dog is still worried. We're not going to put, we're just going to put some meat between some pasta sheets.
Yes.
And then you shove that in the oven for as long as it takes.
Right.
Maybe hours, maybe days, possibly minutes.
And you know how to do that?
I know how to describe it. I'm not telling you I know how to cook. I'm really worried about this dog. What have you been feeding this dog? It sounds really worried, man.
It's just because he's on air. He gets a bit nervous. if
Yes,
he's
well,
on
so
air.
do I, but I don't start doing that in a corner when I'm nervous.
What about?
Yes.
We put Barky outside
Right.
because he's making a lot of noise.
Not a noise. Barky. Okay, hang on, Barky. There you go. Barky's gone now. There you go, yeah.
And
Yeah.
we start by washing all the forks and knives.
Yes. We do cutlery first, very
Do
important.
all the cutlery.
Cutlery first, yeah.
Lay that out.
Right.
And then we put a pan on
Right.
the oven.
Uh-huh.
We switch it on. Put it
Right.
on about number 10.
Yeah, let's not go crazy.
Put all the stuff in it.
Uh-huh.
Put all the right things there.
Mm.
Cook it.
Naturally.
Cook it till it's
cook it good,
done.
man. But yeah.
When it starts to smell really, really nice, take it out of the oven.
Right.
Put all the plates out that we've washed. You know how we washed
You
them
didn't
at the
say
beginning?
you didn't say wash the plates. You said wash the knives and
Put all the
forks.
cutlery and the knives and forks.
Yeah, now
Put
you
them
say.
out.
Right.
Get all the stuff, put it on the plates, make it look really, really nice.
Uh-huh.
And then we'll have that.
Well, I think I'm going
What
to...
about that?
It's good.
Isn't
but
that a good plan?
But you have to taste it first.
Wandsworth Radio.
And here we have the Wandsworth local news. And we've got some absolutely fantastic, sensational and really groundbreaking news to break to you today on Wandsworth Radio. On the way here, I went on the Northern Line tube and it got stuck. Now, that's because there was a delay on the track, something wrong with the tracks. So I got off and I was on the bus. Now listen to this. Now this will be news to everybody who's in this area and knows anything about what's going on, because while I was on the bus, I was talking to this woman, and she's actually somebody who deals a lot with different things. Now, one of the things that she deals with is about housing. And as we were talking, she was saying that in Collier's Wood there's a great big development going on. Now, listen to this. What she has heard from somebody is that at the bottom of this new development there's going to be a Waitrose. Now, we're still waiting to actually confirm that, but that is actually breaking news, and that's just come through.
That is actually
today, and
astounding. I can't
that's
believe that
actually
that's
the
just come
breaking
through.
news.
So I didn't interrupt that newscast moment. That's shocking. So a Waitrose is going to sprout forth in a local area of localness. I don't know how this is
Yeah.
going to affect shopping or the middle
People will
class
be
or
going.
the amount of hummus people really, really need if you're middle class. I don't know. We've got some stuff coming up right now. I can see the
Yeah.
emails, people responding. Another Waitrose, hooray, hooray from Mr. and Mrs. Waitrose. That's good. Will you be able to get rhubarb there on a Monday after 6:30? Will the cakes be any cheaper? But obviously, you know, Waitrose policy, basically, once it hits about 6:30, they knock
cheaper.
all the cakes down by about 80 or 90%.
Yeah.
So that's going to happen. If that affects you or in the local area, obviously contact us as soon as you can. If you haven't got Twitter, if you haven't got Facebook, basically do what they do in the Railway Children, take some of your underwear off and wave it, and we'll understand what's going on. Another report actually you didn't get to mention it, is the fact that the new sitcom, P and the Wandle, is going down very badly, apparently, with the local inhabitants.
yes.
They're thinking of
That's
cancelling it.
interesting,
Barry
isn't
Game
it?
apparently at the moment is standing on the edge of a building. He either thinks he's
Yes.
Condor Man, which he had a hand in writing, or he wants to end it all. There'll be more of that coming up later.
That is interesting, isn't it, Elliot? Because it hasn't gone very well, has it?
It hasn't gone very well.
That's-
People aren't
that's
quite
really
sure what's
interesting,
going
that.
on, whether there is a clear narrative, whether there's
And
meant to be some
people are-
jokes in there.
People have actually contacted and
Yeah,
tweeted.
the station, yeah.
Isn't
So
that
we'll learn more about
fantastic?
that later on. But first of all, there might be a jingle in the local area. We're finding out now, any minute now, there might be... I was right.
Wandsworth Radio.
And another one. Told you, we know what's going on. We're on the cutting edge. Cutting, because like Northern is... It's probably made up for the fact that our current sitcom is going down incredibly badly with the critics. I think someone just sent us a bag of... Oh dear, we don't need to look at that. So hopefully...
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, I
Isn't
think
that
it's fresh as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's go over now to the next episode, see if it improves. Well, I can't believe that space battle started happening over what we were trying to cook for my wife. Auntie, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
Get down! Look, can you see it up there?
Yeah.
Look. Oh my goodness, there's a dog flying that spaceship?
Yeah.
Well, don't get so overexcited. I'd be more worried if I were you. That's a TIE fighter being flown by what appears to be some sort of Alsatian. They're getting revenge!
I can't see it through all these sound effects.
Stop spoiling it. Auntie!
What's going on?
Right, I'm just trying to look up there. You can see in the sky there is a big battle cruiser trying to
Going
destroy
on.
the house.
Yeah. So what's that? What's all that about? Why is that?
Because our first episodes weren't very good. First bit wasn't very good.
First bit wasn't very good.
They
So
didn't
this
like it,
is
so we're trying to up the ante.
right.
Trying to look up. Look, there's a spaceship. Ah!
Oh, yeah. So when try talking to it. Try
What?
talking to it.
I don't speak battle cruiser. Do you?
Wave.
Well,
Wave
I'm
at it.
waving my arm. Ah! Oh, my arms come off. Ah!
That's all right.
I mean, that's all right. I know I've got another one. Shouldn't you kids care a bit more?
Don't worry.
I am worried. It's my right hand. I'm
No.
not ambidextrous.
The thing is that everything's going to be okay now.
Is
that,
it?
That was a actual. They are just sort of like warning you.
What warning shot on my shoulder? Ah!
Yeah.
I can't feel anything on my right hand side because I don't have a right hand. Don't you say I need to go to a second hand shop. There's not the time for jokes.
The thing
We're
is,
under attack.
what we need to do now is try to establish some sort of communications
Right. Okay.
to
Well.
make sure that they're going to be friendly.
Right. Well, I'll try and make some sort of flag out of my left hand.
Yes, that's a good idea.
That's not me being sarcastic, you fool.
Quick,
What?
run over there and pick up some bread.
What? Pick up
up
some
the bread.
bread? Why? What are they hungry? It's dogs up there, not ducks. Oh, fine. Yeah, I'm going to pick up. Look, this is me picking up some bread with my left hand. Right? Hope you're
No.
happy. Right, I've got some now. You're happy
Okay.
now? What
No.
do I do with these bits of bread then, you fool?
I didn't mean bread. I meant bits of wood. Go and get some wood. There's some
What?
wood down there.
Oh, I know it.
No,
There's some perspex, some plastic.
there's some pieces of wood. Quick, bring
Okay,
those up
right.
here.
Okay.
Quick.
Right, so what do I do
Get
with
that
them?
long stick here.
Okay, right, there you
Here
go,
now,
right,
when
yeah.
it comes closer,
What?
just pretend that the long stick is like a gun and sort of like make a shooting
What?
sound.
I'm
Out of your
okay,
mouth.
bang. See?
No,
What?
instead,
Yes.
you use the stick and hit the
The ship when
hit
it
the
comes around.
Yes, hit
Okay.
it hard
Right,
so
one,
that it
two,
breaks the ship.
So, hang on, I can't get round. Hold on a second. I don't think this is going to work, Auntie. The battleships are getting too close. Look, I just don't know. Look, you know, do they understand peace? All they need is love. I think the war is over, but the jingles aren't.
Wandsworth Radio.
Well, here you go, Auntie. I told you, love is the answer. Those aliens have stopped attacking. We're okay now. They've all started. Have made a fire, and they've all
Yeah.
sort of got little wooden instruments, and they're okay.
Yeah.
I was really worried then, but you were right. Waving a piece of wood like a fighter pilot alien thing worked.
Changed it. Or
It did change the vibe completely, and I
Yeah.
think the Beatles song probably helped as well.
So do you think they're going to help?
Help
find
do
your
what?
wife?
Oh God, my wife! I completely forgot.
I think that there's something suspicious about why we are here with aliens. Don't you find it strange that they happened exactly at the same time that we were doing this sitcom?
I think it's almost too suspicious. I mean, my wife's missing, your wife's missing. They like tennis, and my. So one thing I've forgotten.
Yes.
Where's my watch? Well, because my arm came off and it's still off, and I don't know where my watch is. I don't know what time it is. Hang on,
Right.
I'm guessing it's about 4 minutes to 3.
Yeah.
And my boss is going to be here at 3 o'clock, and we still haven't cooked anything for. Sorry, calm blue ocean, calm blue ocean.
Let's keep calm. Let's
Yes.
think about what can we cook now.
What are
Now.
those aliens cooking over there? Look, you can see that fire, right?
Yeah.
And they've got all the stones around it, and they're doing a little
Yeah.
dance, and they're
Yeah.
pointing at me. Oh, they're pointing at me. They
Yeah.
probably want to ask me how to cook.
how to cook.
Yeah, or they're rubbing their tummies, the aliens, and they're pointing at me. What does that
Yeah.
mean? Anything? Because
They are carnivores.
so am I. So are you. But why would they?
No, they eat carnivores.
They eat carnivores.
They eat
That's a
carnivores.
carnivorous diet. Can't they eat vegetarians?
No.
But they're all healthy on the inside and crunchy on the outside like porcupines.
No, they want meat. And that's
but
what-
you're much less skinny than me. Look at me, I'm all skin and bone, literally. Look, there's some bone, there's some skin, and half of my
I
bones.
say this.
I know what they're
I
cooking.
say this.
They're cooking my arm. There,
I
they got
say-
my arm.
Yeah.
And my watch. Give my watch back. No, come here, you. No, I don't care.
I say,
Auntie, they've got my leg.
I say,
Ah!
give them what they want.
They've got what they want. They've got my leg.
Give them what they want. Try not to
Ah!
put them off. Make them feel that you're on their side and that you're their friend.
Why would you eat your own friend?
It's
They've
a
got
way
teeth marks on my
of
ankle.
enlightening them. It's a way of kind of getting on their side.
Auntie,
Yes.
right. At the moment, I've managed to knock most of them out with this stray bit of wood. Okay?
Right.
When they wake up, you know what they're going to want to eat?
The
me.
wood.
No, me. You said
You.
they're very carnivorous.
Well,
Wood does not eat wood.
What we can do is, right, for now,
Right.
we give them what they want.
You keep saying that.
We don't cause a scene.
A scene.
That way, they won't suspect anything, and they will go along with it.
with
try
what?
to-
What are we going along with? They're going to eat me,
Yes.
Auntie.
Well, try not to sort of act like that you don't want that to happen.
But I don't want it to happen.
Yes, but
Are you
go-
saying, look, I disagree with what they want to do? Are you saying that once they eat me, I'm also going to disagree with their system?
No, I'm saying that once they do that, they'll
Yeah.
be on our side, and we can get out of them what we want.
Yeah, but I need to get out of them because they would have eaten me.
Yes, but
And
you're
when you
not-
say our side, your side, I won't be here. I'll be
No, it's
dissolved in
our
some alien
side.
tummy.
It's our side. They know something about your wife. And
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that if we can find a way of being friends with them, then they'll lead us to our wives.
Right. so
That's my prediction.
it's a risk worth taking,
It's
and you're going to
worth
make me take it.
definitely taking.
Okay. Well, they're waking up now. I hope you're right about this.
Across Battersea, Putney and Balham, this is Wandsworth Radio News.
Well, the news is that P in the Wandle has been proved to be the most successful sitcom ever in the 21st century. People who say that sitcom, I can't think what it's called now, the Mrs. Brown's Boys was the best sitcom in the world. Apparently, this is not the case anymore. This has all changed right now because P in the Wandle. There's only been 2 episodes up, and the first one didn't really catch the audience, but this one, the big Star Wars one and the festival one, huge. Now we've got a member of the public here.
Hello there.
Hello, member of the public. How
Hello.
are you?
Hi, fine, thank you.
Good. And now you were going to say something about. See this piece of paper with
Yeah.
with the Queen on it. There you
Yeah.
go. Remember that? That's what we're going to give you that when you say nice things.
Yeah,
That nice one. And look, the
Yeah.
one with the 20 on it.
Yeah.
You like that? So we'll leave that with you. So you were going to say some spontaneous things about how much you're enjoying P in the Wandle.
the show.
The show, the sitcom.
Yeah.
Funny.
It's not my cup of tea.
Pardon?
It's not my cup
Do
of
you
tea.
want this money at all?
Yeah.
So what did we agree on? It was good.
I'll have a cup of tea.
Yeah, no, you're going to have more than that. You're going to enjoy the show. You enjoyed the sitcom. And I've never heard of anything as funny as it before. Have you heard of it? £20. So, member of the public, you enjoyed the first episode. Wasn't your cup of tea. But the next episode, wow, wasn't that a doozy?
It's not my cup of tea.
But do you like tea?
I'll have a cup of tea.
Yeah, no, but if I give you a cup of tea, will you say that you like the show? Tea and some biscuits. With see the biscuits, see the packet of biscuits there.
What's it about?
Pardon?
What's it about?
It's about 10 minutes. But anyway, so thank you, member of the public, coming along to say how successful P in the Wandle was, or is going to be. It is now, so that's really good. Auntie, hello there.
Hi.
We just had a member of the public in saying how great our show was, and isn't that
not
lovely?
surprising,
Particularly the
isn't
sitcom
it?
bit, but P in the Wandle going down like a storm, really good, like a storm.
Actually, not surprising.
Yeah.
I think when you think that something is crafted and the way that something's written,
refined,
yes.
And
the chap that you had in earlier, I mean,
Barry Game,
he was able to articulate, I think, what a lot of people are feeling, and that's what's come across, and I think that's the reason why he'll be successful as a
I think so too. I mean, at the moment, I can see over there are people
still standing on the roof.
He's still standing, and there's people sort of either. Oh, they're encouraging him. I thought that said, "Don't jump, Barry." It does say, "Is it whatever you do, don't not jump, Barry." That's an elaborate sign to hold up, isn't it? Poor Barry Game. Hang on, Barry, don't jump. Don't jump, Barry. I don't know. That's going to help, really.
I think the thing is that whether Barry jumps or doesn't jump, one of the most important things that we can take from today is that. He's actually been on the show and we've actually talked to him, and really to say that is something which is of interest.
Well, an interesting thing to Barry is the weather is going to get worse. Apparently there's some thunder and lightning storms coming around the local area because it's been very hot this week, and what we're concerned about is Barry believes in conspiracy theories, and on his head you can see there's some tinfoil hat. He will be, because he's quite tall, the first person he'll get struck by lightning. So hopefully, watch out for Barry falling, but also watch out for basically depression in the local area when we realise that Barry Game is a comedy genius. You're a comedy genius, Barry. Don't jump. I don't think that's going to work at the moment. All of his that crowd are shouting, "Jump, Barry! Jump, Barry! Jump!
Jump, jump, jump!
Jump, Barry! Jump!" Which I think could be a really good remix, actually.
Now, I would just take this opportunity that if you like to jump around, then you may be inclined to tune into tomorrow night's edition of the Duhring Battalion radio show on this.
Is it hot, like the weather?
It is very hot,
and
we've got a Pirates special.
Arr.
It really is going to be a pirate-tastic and Notting Hill Carnival-tastic.
It's all go, isn't it?
Show
modern,
tomorrow night, so please tune in. And can I just say, Elliot?
No, you can't. There's a jingle. You can't say, "I'm so sorry, Auntie." Once the jingle has finished, and you're not talking over the jingle, you mustn't talk over the jingles. Right, okay? Do not talk. There's a lot of work that's gone into the... Okay, now you can talk. Don't talk over the jingles.
I just wanted to say, Elliot, that one thing that I cannot abide is when people do shameless plugs in the middle of things, and I'm against that. So I wanted to make that clear.
Hello and welcome to Shameless Plug. That's right, the part of the show where people talk about things that they do. Hello, my name is Shameless Plug, and don't forget, of course, if you've got anything you want to advertise, not necessarily your body to sell on the street, but I think we've got a young chap, Duhring Battalion here, and he's got a little thing he wants to tell you about now. Hello, Auntie.
Hello there.
Hello there. Now, you wanted to... Dr. Weasel fans, don't despair. Once we finish this advert and my accent has gone way off the limit, we can have that now. What did you want to advertise, Auntie?
What we want to advertise is on the 21st of September, please come along to Carl Shulton Athletic Football Club.
Why?
To watch a absolutely fantabby-dozy, really spectacular comedy show with Duhring Battalion and Gary Hollix hosting.
Oh, I met him.
And he's been actually living upstairs in the attic for quite a long time. He got married the other day.
Yeah, in the attic.
He got married in Carl Shulton Athletic Football Club.
Right.
But what we want to say is
Yeah.
please do come down, because it is for a very good cause. Caroline Bridgewater is very poorly at the moment, and she needs to pay for her cancer treatment, and we are raising money at this event, so please do come along. We've got top class comedians like Patrick Monaghan performing, and there's going to be many surprises, and Paul Ross is tweeting about it. We want
blimey,
it's
right.
absolutely spectacular.
And remind me, what's the date? What's the time?
The date is 1st of September.
Do it again, because you went 4th of 1st.
No, it's the 21st of September.
Yeah.
In Carl Shulton Athletic Football
What
Club.
time?
At the time will be 7:30 p.m.
And how
at
long does it
night.
last for? Is it like a couple of hours?
It
A big
will
whole
be on
night?
till about 10:30 at night.
Marvellous.
And there's going to be a few different guests
Right.
and some real exciting. There's going to be music and all this sort of thing. So do come along. It's going to be great.
Fantastic. That was shameless plugging. And now we're going over now to some modern music that I believe you can listen to with all of your ears. Wow, that was really exciting. On the edge of my seat, only because I have a very large posterior and this is very small furniture. What did you make of that, Auntie? You're not a big sci-fi fan, but
Absolutely fantastic.
you say that about everything.
No, that's
You
one thing I don't do.
I've got recordings
No,
of you saying it
actually,
time
that's
and
not
time
true.
again.
That's something that other people say, but I thought that was absolutely fan-dabby-dozing.
Okay,
And
I
I don't
stand
say
correct.
that about anything.
You do very few
no,
things.
I don't.
No, you
There's
don't.
only a few things that I do say about
What about
that.
this jingle?
That's one of the things that I've
Yeah.
said it about.
Yeah.
And I'll say about this jingle
Here we go.
coming up.
We have to go
It's
shush, 'cause they-
absolutely...
It hasn't happened yet.
No, but
Don't
it's
describe
about to
it.
start.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
So don't
I
get your
heard
opinion
it
ready.
earlier.
But
Yeah, I
hold
know
that
exactly what I'm
Pause
talking
that
about.
opinion. Yeah, ready?
Here we go.
There you go.
Listen to this. Absolutely fan-dabby-dozing.
Well, that was interesting. It stopped abruptly. I don't. That's a modern thing to do. I thought it was a bit unfair. I wasn't ready for that. I didn't like that at all. That's mean.
I like that.
I did. I was
That's
just
really,
unfair.
It's really cheeky.
It was unnecessary, and to be honest, it really threw me. It threw me so much. I'm going to enforce another episode of P in the Wandle. So take that in your pipe and do things that you do with your pipe with it. Episode 4 of P in the Wandle.
Wow.
Auntie,
Hello.
yeah. How did we end up here? How did we end up in the Arctic? That's what I can't understand. 1 minute, we're having a nice time. I was very nearly being eaten by some aliens who started doing some sort of folk festival in my garden. I still haven't found my wife, and somehow we're in the Arctic.
You know why?
No, I don't ask you. Why are we in the Arctic, Auntie?
Let me tell you this. Have you ever thought about what is inside chocolate Turkish delight? When you break it open,
Okay.
there's that crisp kind of frozen texture.
Yeah.
You smell it. It's the smell of coconut.
Yeah.
Coconut that takes you back to the beaches.
Wow.
Back over the white sands.
Uh-huh.
Back across the days. When you think back,
Yeah.
you were a young man once. You remember all the jokes that they used to make about you?
Yeah, mainly them funny. You think I could remember any of them, but go
Yeah.
on, yeah.
And then you'd be walking along.
Yeah.
And then you looked up.
Right.
And there she was. Alice.
Alice, of
You
course.
think back to that day.
Yeah.
There was only the two of you there.
Mm-hmm.
She was alone.
Yeah.
She came up to you.
Yeah.
You were sitting down.
I was. I remember I was sitting down.
You laughed a few times.
I did, yeah.
Those were
Crazy.
halcyon days.
I was going to say crazy days, but halcyon is probably less politically incorrect, yeah.
And then all of a sudden it
Yeah,
ended.
it did. And you know what I remember about that?
Exactly.
Well, what is it that I remember about that?
You remember the time when you were alone,
Yes.
walking through a field,
Yes.
and on your way,
Yes.
you picked up a piece of paper on the ground.
I've got it here, actually. Hang on.
You got it there.
In my pocket. Yeah, and what...
You picked it up.
Yeah.
You turned it round.
Yeah. This is a Human League song. and turn it into something new.
Yes.
It says
Mars Chocolate Delight.
it does. And on the back it says on the kitchen table.
On the kitchen table.
Of course.
This explains what's
Everything.
happened.
Where my wife
What
is. How I'm able to gesture with only one arm now. What those aliens were doing.
All of it now.
Makes sense.
And that's why we're here.
Of course.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the reason why your wife...
And your wife.
Yeah, but my wife doesn't know your wife.
Doesn't she?
No.
But they both play tennis.
Yeah, but not with each other.
Okay.
So your wife
My wife.
has now...
Oh, don't laugh! I'm on the edge of my seat here. I brought a seat along with me to the Arctic.
And you know why I laugh?
Why do you laugh? Why does anybody laugh?
I
Does anybody
laugh.
laugh? But please explain.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Why are you saying, ladies and gentlemen? It's just me here and those 12 dozen penguins over there. That
Ladies
polar
and gentlemen,
bear.
I laugh.
Oh, he's still talking, ladies and gentlemen. It's just me and you here. What are you doing?
Well,
We're stuck in the Arctic.
let me tell you this.
Oh, not another story. Make it short.
It will be as short as it is long.
Hooray.
But let me say one thing.
Just one.
On the 3rd day
Right.
of October,
Right.
you mark my words
I will.
that there won't be anybody left who doesn't know what I'm on about.
Good. Well, as soon as we learn how to escape from the Arctic and time travel to that time in October, then we'll know what's going on. I just feel where does the Wandle come into this? Where does the P come into this?
The Wandle is frozen.
We're not in the Arctic at all.
No.
Are you telling me this is the frozen Wandle that we're on?
We're on the Wandle.
Oh,
this is what I've been
ice
trying
skating.
to explain
And
to
this is
you.
October. We've time travelled.
And the P's
Yeah?
are actually still in the can. They've not fallen in the Wandle.
So that must mean... Hang on, with this can of peas, not this, we can make a canopy. Canapé. We can make some food with this.
So this is the food.
Right. So we need to get back to my house. Wherever it is, get these peas a cooking, and then my boss will make sure that I don't have to work on a Sunday ever again. Thank goodness. And that's the end of the first season of P in the Wandle. We hope you've enjoyed that particular escapade into narrative. We don't know what's coming up next. It's going to be us. But first and foremost, here is... It's the news, ladies and gentlemen. We hope... In your own time.
Here.
Are you sure? Now? And action.
Here we go. Here is the news.
When? Now? Yes. Yeah.
Here is the news.
You are on.
I am on air now
Are
to
you?
talk to you about some very exciting new developments which are occurring in the Wandsworth area. Now, one of those developments is actually something that we talked about a little bit earlier, which is the new Waitrose that is opening up. Now, we've got our friend and former host, but now he's a TV link, would you say? Or
Well, a lot of people call me lots of different things, and to be honest, I've done a lot of local news, and I wanted to come in and talk to you about that Wandsworth allegation. Hi. Yeah.
How about that? Now,
Yeah.
great to have you on, Frank. Now,
Thank you very much. That's all right. I come in here, talking the words, you hear them with your ears. That's how it works in this business.
that's how he's got it down to a T. Now,
I have.
this man, ladies and gentlemen,
Hello.
is no stranger.
I'm not. I know who you are.
He
I'm not a
knows
stranger.
who you are,
Yeah.
but he's no stranger to the radio waves either.
I was born in the sound of radio waves.
He's born, and he's
Yeah.
no stranger. Everybody knows him. He's basically a household name. But
I am, yeah. If I change my name to Mr. House, that would be my name if I was a household name. Imagine holding a house with your bare hands. That would be how I am.
now,
Sorry.
he's here in the studio
I
now.
am.
The one reason he's here is because we are on the news at the moment, and we're reporting the most exciting developments which are occurring locally right now as you are sitting here. Now, Frank,
Hello.
you just walked in. Now, just tell us a little bit about what's been happening. Over to you, Frank.
Well, as most people know, that Wandsworth No, this is serious. Wandsworth begins with a W. So does Waitrose, so that's a way in. And most people realize that, you can't put a world on a shelf, but what you can do is find bargains behind the eyes of most people involved in retail, at least back to like 1968 up to the 1995 situation.
Now, you've just hit on a very important aspect.
Have
of this
I
whole
did. Yeah. There's a hole.
Scenario.
There, I thought you
now,
said there was a hole.
Now, let me just tell you about just one inchy bit.
Okay.
You said that, in your opinion, this whole shelf W fiasco was occurring because nobody had predicted it would. Now, what do you say about that,
Well,
Frank?
I said that nobody predicted it. Well, I didn't say particularly that no one predicted it. There was one, Keith Chegwin. He was there, and he was very much adamant that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
But he was...
but he was talking about something else, though.
He was talking about something else, yeah. But I feel that Mr. Chegwin, Mr. Trump, and Hillary Clinton have nothing to do with this, so don't bring them into it.
Yeah.
I
think that's you're echoing the words of the whole studio there.
I like to do that. If you say one thing, I'll repeat it like an echo, So the most important thing we got to realize in the Wandsworth area is that if you find yourself walking, that is where your legs will take you, And if you want to find, peace and love, you can find it, in that new grocery store that opened over there.
Now,
fresh fruit, I'm telling you.
It's actually funny that you're talking about that.
Is it? I wasn't aware of the funniness of the situation.
Let me tell you a reason why it's funny.
Well, you need to be near the microphone before you do it, honey. Sorry, I didn't mean to flirt with you there. It's, work in Hollywood.
We're just having a bit of a laugh here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
What you're hearing now is some talk we're having about the local things that have been happening. We've got Frank here now.
Oh, hello there.
Hi, Frank.
Hi.
Now,
I'm not high, by the way. Those allegations are not true at all. I had within my eyes. My eyes are this big because I was surprised. Surprised by most things.
Now, Frank.
There's one of them. You see, that's a spider. I was surprised by that, by the fact that, look at the size of it. It's a tiny, tiny spider. The big ones scare me. That small one I'm fine with.
It's fine with. Now, Frank, today is a bank holiday.
What does that mean? I don't live in this country. I don't know what that means.
Let me tell you what it means.
Tell me what it means.
It means it's a holiday.
For banks.
So
what, you want to get your money out? You can't get your money out? Oh, right. Can you put money in?
So there's no bank, so there's nobody doing any work. So it's a
financial thing, surely. Of a financial thing.
Well, the banks are the ones that are stopping the flow of monies.
Okay.
So that's why we have a bank holiday where we...
Okay, to stop the flow of money.
To stop the flow of money.
Getting to who? Getting to who? To the poor people? Because if you give them money, that problem stops there, and then they're not poor anymore. Well, it's co-socialism,
One thing, probably. Frank, I've spoken to you for how long now?
About 4 minutes?
No. I'm talking about over the years.
Oh.
Now, there's one thing about you, Frank. I will talk to you until probably about 5 o'clock. No.
Okay. Well,
4 o'clock.
We're here to 4, and we've got to play. I'm sorry about this.
Frank,
I've got a date. I've got a date today.
Frank,
I'm going off with a lovely lady.
You come on here.
I got 2 bricks in my hands. I'm practicing.
You walk in here. You sit down there.
I do, like most people.
You are absolutely unbelievable.
I am fine.
Now, wait. Let me tell you this. You come on to this show. Okay. People are there. They're giving you cups of coffee. You're sitting back. You're having a nice time.
I enjoyed that.
You come on to my show.
Your show.
You come on to my show on a Monday night.
Oh, when is it your show on a Monday night? 10 o'clock tomorrow.
Wandsworth Radios.
That's good. Some people think I'm like a bad impersonation of Donald Trump. Kind of sounds a bit. I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay.
Listen.
Could be.
Frank.
Hello.
You come on to my show.
You said this.
Things wouldn't be so Rosie Dozy. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what that means. I don't come from this country.
Okay, well, you don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
Let me tell you this.
Well, not too long, because we got time's running out.
All
I
right,
got a date. I got some bricks in my hand.
We've got a date here.
Yeah.
We're going to make this a really good thing. Frank?
Hello.
I'd like to say that on behalf of the people of Wandsworth, they know what you're talking about. Let's have the next song, Frank. What are you going to call this one?
I'm going to call this Random Jingle, and the next one next one's going to be by Kid Kudo and the Crookers. The old day and night there with Kid Kudo and the Crookers. Hello there. I'm not anybody in particular based on any DJ who may actually know I think about it.
Yeah.
He's no longer with us.
No.
No, I should not. Whoever you think I might be doing, I'm not really.
No.
Anyway, hello. Yes, so that was me going through my impression midlife crisis. I've hit my 45 this year, and I'm suddenly going, hello, I can do impressions, dear. Bruce Forsyth, and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And who's the other one I thought I could do?
Sooty.
Oh, yeah, here we go. City imitates a police siren. Did you hear that? It's wonderful. Now, the whole thing about Hay Cards, right, was I remember what he used to do was he would walk on the show and he'd say, this week's audience is so much better than last week's. And that used to get a laugh. You know why? Why? Because it was the same audience. It was the same. They do a block and they film 3 or 4 of them. He'd come on and go, wonderful. Not as good as last week's. Or better. Anyway, so and then he say, you've seen the cards. They've been cut. Here's a pair of vacuous. No, he wouldn't say that because it's too rude. But something that I've got to stop doing that. Oh my God, that's terrible. It takes you over like that, doesn't it?
It's like possession. Take that, isn't it?
Take that. I can't do an impersonation of Robbie Williams' talent because there's too much of it. But talking of talent, so Auntie, have you enjoyed being on the show today?
I thought it was absolutely
here we go.
Fantastic.
You always say
I really
that.
did.
I know,
and
it's insincere.
One thing that I'd like to say is that I've met a lot of good people here, and that's really exciting.
I know the random lady who's going to be on in a minute.
And we're going to be back on air tomorrow night.
Not
10
me.
PM. No,
you are.
But I say we.
Yes.
In the plural, it's going to be.
You mean in the singular? You don't mean in the plural. Plural will be lots of people.
Pirate special. Please,
Pirate special.
Please do tune in.
I will.
We're going to have a really fandabidozy show. And
I was going to say, because on not Monday, tomorrow at 10 o'clock on the radio station, not next weekend, but the weekend after, you're covering me, aren't you, in a blanket?
Yes.
You're going to be there. Well, I'm not there.
Yes.
I'm at a wedding.
He's at a wedding.
Another wedding.
So that's going to be...
I have so many wives I have.
Now,
so I hope the good ones are listening.
That's going to be fantastic. And do tune in to Anti-Duhring Battalions and Elliot Stewart's next time that you see them up. And please, I just want to say,
hello,
Elliot, did you get to see the first time you appeared on my show? I put it up on Facebook. The film.
No. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, when I first appeared on Anti-Duhring Battalion radio show, he said, come and meet me outside this train station, and I did, with my friend Mark Keegan, and basically then he bundled us into a car, blindfolded us, and drove us off to, we don't know where. We were blindfolded, and then we were basically shown to his studio, apparently, who knows, my eyes were covered. Then we had to kneel down and take some sort of oath, and then the blinds were removed, and there we were, ready to go. And
that's right.
There you go, and that's why I did that for you today.
Well, that was because it was just for security reasons, but obviously things have lightened up a bit now. But it's great to be here. It's like it's gone full circle now. I'm on your show. So
that's why I'm now going to cover your eyes and your ears and throw you out of a window. I never recovered from what you did to me. That was great. The lovely thing about that is I hadn't worked with Mark Keegan for about a year and a half or something, and I was like, "Hi, Mark," and here we are. Don't worry, it is great. And suddenly, poof, in the back of a car.
That's right, in the
rushing
boot of a
off.
car.
And I provide my own sound effects. So this has been and will always be the Wandsworth Sunday Roast. We can hope. That was it from 2 till 4. Coming up now. Now you remember what it's called, isn't it?
I remember it.
What's coming up next?
Oprah.
Oprah.
And she's going to be on. It's Dr. Phil. Oprah. Everybody who remembers Oprah.
No, dear, miss it. Oh, misses,
we all miss it. And all the advice that we got
It's coming up next. We've got some wonderful classical stuff. If she is listening now, she can bundle into the studio and do a quick advert like she did. Like we are top and tailing it. We're bookending it.
It's the Oprah show.
It's the opera show.
Come on, Joel.
Yeah, pardon?
Come on, Julia. Come on.
Is she there?
Come on.
She's not an animal.
I'm not not saying she
You're going
is
Kelly,
an
not
animal.
Woofy
I'm
the
saying
dog or
she's
something
the
like that.
opposite of an animal.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure that's a compliment, really. Does that make... What is the opposite of an animal? Find out next week. If you know what the opposite of an animal is...
Is it a wall?
Oh, you've spoiled it now. That was gonna be, people were going to phone in. Wall is the answer. Thank you, Auntie. Okay, so what isn't the opposite of an animal? Okay, that's an animal. Damn it, these competitions. Don't forget, of course, I remember I used to be on your show and there was a prize of winning £40,000 each week.
Yes,
and every
that's right,
time
it
you'd
kept
say with
going
minutes ago, you go, actually, I'm afraid so that the jackpot continues. And it was
Yeah, we
basically
had a
60
rollover.
Yeah, how much is that now? Like £1 million or
It
something?
might be something
Because
around
the pound
that.
sort of dropped in value, so
Yeah.
it's probably about 48 pence now.
But
Yes.
it was an absolutely fantastic part of the show and the reason why most people tuned in.
They did, and don't forget to
hopefully
tune
we'll
in
be-
tomorrow at 10 o'clock to the Anti-Duhring Battalion radio show
That's
on
right.
Wandsworth Radio, which is what you've been listening to now.
That's
Now, I want to
right.
thank my guests, but they're not many, there's one. I'm referring
Yeah.
to you in the plural, right? To thank Anti-Duhring Battalion for
that's-
coming along today and being part of this.
That's absolutely
Oh, dear,
fantastic.
doing it again. Well, I'm going to say it was fantastic and is fantastic to have you here on the show
Yeah,
today.
it is.
So basically what we're going to do now is hopefully play a bit of music, but my coach has finally turned into a pumpkin and we are going to see you all listening to us next week.
Here's Julia
Here she is.
For the Oprah show.